My name is Maria Lopez. I'm 28 years old, born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. And this is the story of how the family I married into tried to break me, but ended up needing me more than anyone else in their lives. 3 years ago, I fell in love with Thomas Reed. He was gentle, soft-spoken, and made me feel safe in a world that had never given me much softness. With him, I felt like I belonged. But Thomas's family was nothing like him. The Reeds were wealthy, polished, and proud of it. They were the type of people who judged others based on handbags and table manners. I, on the other hand, worked as a nursing assistant. I wasn't fancy, but I was sincere. I believed in love, kindness, and hard work. When Thomas proposed, I thought love was enough to bridge the gap between my world and his. I was wrong. The day I moved into the Reed household while we saved for our own place marked the beginning of a difficult chapter. His mother, Evelyn, looked me up and down with her perfectly painted lips and said, "In this house, we keep things tidy. I assume you won't have trouble helping around." At first, I thought she was joking. She wasn't. My days quickly turned into endless chores. I cooked breakfast every morning. I cleaned floors, dusted furniture, folded laundry. No one asked Thomas to help. No one even acknowledged the work I did. When I tried to talk to Thomas about how I felt, he would hold my hand and say, "Just give them time. They'll warm up to you." But instead of warming up, they froze me out even more. One afternoon, I overheard Evelyn speaking on the phone. "She's lucky we even let her live here," she said. "Honestly, she should be grateful. She's practically staff." Her words cut deeper than any injury I'd seen in the hospital. That night, something inside me shifted. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I simply realized I needed to build my own life, not wait for their approval. Every night after everyone went to sleep, I studied by the dim light of the laundry room. I prepared for my registered nurse exam using an old laptop and borrowed textbooks. I worked weekend shifts at the clinic to save money. Even when I was exhausted, I kept going. I knew that my life would not end in that house. 9 months later, I passed my licensing exam. Not only that, I was offered a position at one of the top private hospitals in Texas, with a salary that changed everything. The night I told the family I was moving out, Evelyn's face twisted in disbelief. "Move out? And where will you go?" she demanded. I simply replied, "To my own apartment." I already signed the lease. Thomas hugged me and told me he was proud, and for the first time, I felt like we were building something together. We left the Reed mansion behind and finally began our own life. 2 years passed. Then suddenly, everything changed. Evelyn had a stroke. Thomas was overseas for work. His brother lived across the country. His father was too old to care for her. And the woman who once treated me like a servant needed me. They brought her to my hospital. When I walked into her room in my crisp white uniform, she stared at me as if she was seeing me for the first time. "Maria," she whispered, her voice trembling. I simply said, "Mrs. Reed, I'll be taking care of you." Her eyes filled with tears, not from pain, but from realization. She apologized, not with excuses or pride, but with quiet tears and genuine remorse. She finally understood who I was and who I had always been. Today, she lives with Thomas and me in our home, and she treats me like a daughter. I didn't need revenge to prove my worth. I just needed to rise. Sometimes the greatest victory is becoming the person they never believed you could be. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe.